Have you ever wanted a safe and loving place to come to spark that good feeling in yourself? Well, you've arrived. Welcome to the Show with Tanya Butson. In this space, Tanya encourages you to view yourself through love. This new energy allows you to become brave, to take the first step towards healing and thriving. Get ready to step into a level of self-worth never before experienced. With Tanya, a leader in the field of human potential, you will shift from longing to creating to discover that there is something better, and you will never ever have to settle for being in a state of perpetual darkness again. The Show with Tanya starts now. Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Butson, and you are listening to the Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour as we have a special guest. And each Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, we will have some of the most interesting stories, tips, and guests helping you to be all that you are. Today, our guest is giving away 2 prize packages, 2, so generous of her. One for remote audience members all around the world, and one for local to her here in Ontario, Canada. So call in. The number is 1-800-930-2819. This is going to be a high-paced jumping show that will leave you feeling great. So let's get right into it. Today, I am thrilled to be having my very first guest on the Show, and I'm so thrilled she's here. She was very excited to be on this show and tell us all about her booming business. I'm so very pleased to welcome the face and owner of BAM Bouncers, Alicia Egan. Hello, Alicia.
Hey girl, how's it going?
That's good. Good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here with you.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's get right into it. We'll wait for those callers. Call in, everybody. You got some amazing prizes to be won today. So, Alicia, okay, we're going to start all about you, honey, and what makes you tick. So tell me about Alicia. Tell me all about yourself.
All right. Well, do we have longer than an hour? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, honestly, I like to think of myself as an incredibly passionate individual. When I find something that I love, I am all in, full heart, 2 feet, my whole heartbeat, and that's sort of where I land here with BAM Bouncers. So my background is social work. I actually landed in the field of social services. So of course, I wear my heart on my sleeve and love to help people always in any capacity that I can. So I was in the field of social work for some time, and I think what led me there was I was a teen mom. So I'd like to say I've been through a lot in my life. With just, not a crappy childhood, but a lot happened in my childhood. I lost my father when I was 16. I landed pregnant when I was 17, but was very blessed to have a good family that supported me through that. And I was able to finish high school pregnant in a Catholic school and went to college too right after, which again landed me in social work. But unfortunately, the field of social work is, if you know it at all, it can be taxing on the heart. It can be taxing on your stress levels. And I left that career in 2016. But, that's not the end of my story. I feel like that was just the beginning. And that's sort of right after I left my career in social work, I found the love of fitness. I was not a fitness gal, let me tell you. I did not understand why people loved going to the gym. I didn't understand the craze. I thought it was silly. And here I am, fast forward 5 years later, going, I own my own fitness studio. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. And I get to help people still, and it just in a different role, in a different capacity, which I love. So here I am 5 years later, again, own my own fitness studio, coming up on 3 years soon, and just loving life. So I do have 3 children. They range in age from the youngest 9 years old. The middle just turned 14 a couple days ago, and the oldest is 21. So there's quite a gap.
Well, happy birthday to a belated birthday to your
Thank
middle
you.
child. Okay, so you
What?
have a friend that's in common. So I don't really know you at all as a person, so I had no idea. So like you're bombarding me with a lot, but everything else that's so back up a bit. So you
Yeah,
went from 2016 to being a social worker. How
correct.
did you leap into um, the entire exercise? Like, what happened? Something had to have happened.
It did, yes. And so when I left my career in 2016, our baby at the time was just 3 years old. She's a December baby. So she started junior kindergarten in Canada. We have, JK, SK, and she started school at 3 years old. So she was still only 3 when she started school. And at the time, I had been with her for a year, every day where the other older boys were at school. And I was completely lost. And I thought, well, what am I going to do with my time? My baby's gone to school all day. Like, what do I do with myself? I did find myself in a time there where I was very unhappy with how I felt, how I looked. I was about 20, 25 pounds heavier at the time. But more importantly, how I felt. I was angry all the time. Mental health was definitely a struggle in terms of like just feeling, I guess, angry was the biggest thing. And then I decided at that time I was going to commit to join a local gym. I'd found a gym that was really close to home, and I committed. I said, you know what, every day I'm going to take Brinley to school, and I'm going to drop her off, the kids all at school, and then I'm going to go directly to the gym. I'm not even going to go home because I'll sit down and not go. Let's just go right to the gym. And I was so lost. I won't lie to you. I didn't know where to start. I just started going to classes. And that is where I found my passion. I found it interesting that in a gym setting, I truly enjoyed being told what to do. I do not like that outside of gyms. Okay, I'll just make that very clear. I am my own person, and I definitely do not like being told what to do. However, in a gym capacity and in a class environment, and the energy of all the people in the class was where my passion just ignited. And I was actually scoped out by that gym, and was, they had been watching me transform my own body, transform my own mental health, and said, you would make a good fitness instructor. You should certify. And I said, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not. No way, no how. And I went home with it. I sat with it, and I thought, well, why not? Why wouldn't I get paid to do something I love to do now? It's a part of my life. It's who I had become. And so the rest is sort of history. I did take a fitness course, and I became a fitness instructor with that gym specifically. And it's sort of a big ball of cluster. When we moved, we actually moved. I'm born and raised in Cambridge, Ontario, and didn't move to my current location in Woodstock, Ontario until November of 2018. Actually, we sort of uprooted and moved out of the only place we knew, the only place that I ever thought would ever call home. And here I am now in Woodstock, Ontario. That is when I found my love of rebounding and sort of had an epiphany. And that just kind of
Okay, hold the thought on the epiphany, because there's a caller.
Yay. Okay, let's take it.
So this will be for the remote online prize because they are not local to us. So Emily, we're happy to talk to Charlene from Canada. Alicia, take it away. Tell her what she's going to win.
Oh, hi, Charlene. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
I didn't realize I was on. Hi. This is a really interesting story. This is so motivational.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to actually tell you all about rebounding and band bouncers themselves.
Because I've been out of doing fitness, and I've been thinking about getting back into exercising, so I'm really interested in this.
Oh, amazing. Where are you located?
I'm located in British Columbia, Canada.
Oh, amazing. Well, you have absolutely just won a 30-day free subscription to my online platform, which I'll tell you guys all about. But that gives you access to all of my pre-recorded content, and you can do it right at home in your own living room.
That's awesome. I'm excited.
Amazing.
Oh, Charlene, you're one lucky winner. You are a lucky lady.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is so motivational. This is a great show.
Oh, thank you.
It just shows that, you know, if you find your passion.
Oh, did we lose her?
Yeah,
Refine the passion, ... That can, and everybody can fill in the blank.
When you find your passion, I say that you begin to live, truly live. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, Emily, I know her contact information, so I can send that to Alicia, and Alicia can take care of her prize package there. So congratulations, Charlene, and thanks for being such a good supporter. So you had an epiphany.
Yeah.
What was that?
So it's kind of funny, if you believe, like we believe, in beautiful signs and angels all around us. I was sort of in a moment where, again, we moved to a whole new city, 35 minutes away from what we were used to, and I was stuck. I couldn't find a gym that I truly felt a part of here in Woodstock. I will say that is probably the hardest thing for me, was feeling at home when you attended a gym. You know, were you acknowledged? Did you feel like you belong there? Because I didn't really feel that I felt that anywhere that I was going. And I was stuck, and I kid you not, in my mind, I was like, what do I do next? Where do I go? Remember, I had left my career. My kids are all now in school, and I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? And I saw a video of rebounding on Facebook as I was scrolling. Now, I had never in my life seen it, heard about it. I just saw a video, and in that moment, I had this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to get certified, but it's happening. Let's do it. And it was in that moment. It was probably in like March of 2019 that I saw that video, and fast forward to July of 2020, I was certified and my business was up and running.
Woo, I just got goosebumps. So that's exactly, okay. You know, I'm going to pick it apart, right? Because that's what I do. So this is exactly what happens when you take a flipping risk. You quit your job that you were trained in, you spent money post-secondary to go in. Everybody knows you're a social worker, your family expects you to be doing that job, et cetera, right? And then you're like, I'm just not feeling it. Mm-hmm. And you take the risk and quit. And when you got babies, that is a big risk to take financially and just for yourself. That's what you know. You took the risk, and then you guys decided to uproot and move away to some place where I don't know if you knew anybody. And then you're like, now what? And that is that gap. That's that gap where you have 100% faith and the miracle appears. And there you are. You've got the band bouncers.
And that's also in the midst of, you know, people actually saying to me, that's not going to fly. That's not going to work. Good luck with that. You're not going to find people to come to you. That's a fad. Here we are 3 years later and substantially growing.
Through COVID as well.
Yes, absolutely. I started July of 2020, right in the midst of it all.
Yeah. Good for you. That didn't scare you one bit at all to start and to get grooving with that. And Emily, are we taking a break, or do you want us to keep going through?
You can go to break, or we also got another caller, so you can take another caller after the break, or up to you.
Okay, let's take the break.
Okay.
If they can hang on, we'll take the break. So keep that thought, Alicia, because I want to know now when we come back from break, what is BAM Bouncers? So you've been listening to the Show with Tanya Butson. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Alicia's going to spill the beans on this BAM bouncing and what rebounding is all about. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back on the Show with Tanya Butson. Before we continue, I want to make sure everyone knows how to contact me. You can reach me on my website, organicallymeta.ca, or email me at organicallymeta@outlook.com. We are back with Alicia Egan from BAM Bouncers, and we do have a call, I understand, from one of your regular class members. So let's welcome him on. Thank you for calling in.
Jarrett from Ontario, you are on the air. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jarrett.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
So, I'm pretty good.
Wonderful.
So, pardon?
I understand you go to Alicia's classes. What do you think of them?
I think it's amazing because they, like the story she told about inspiring and like you walk in and you actually are, the environment is kind of like a beautiful environment, like internally. So like you come in and everyone's all welcoming and Alicia created that environment, and it encourages me to do the absolute best as I can. And she also accommodates people, like, for example, depending on how each individual needs and strengths. Like, for example, sometimes people learn best by doing it fast or slow. She always accommodates them, and in every rebound class, she never ever centers people out. She always encourages people to do how much each individual can do without doing, like, getting out of their comfort zone, which is really nice.
Wow,
And
it sounds like you found a beautiful spot to go, be yourself and feel welcomed and probably a little loved and get your bounce on all at the same time.
Absolutely, and that's the key to staying motivated.
Absolutely. Alicia, do you have anything to say to Jarrett before we move on?
Thanks for the tears, Jarrett.
No worries.
Thank you for calling.
Happy to provide them for you.
Thanks.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for calling in, Jarrett. That was a great feedback. We appreciate you taking the time and watching the show and supporting Alicia. It sounds like it is someplace I need to check out myself. Okay, Alicia, tell me. So, your company name is BAM Bouncers. Now,
yes.
My main question personally to you is that your own company, or is that a brand company, a franchise? How does that work? And then tell us a little bit more.
Sorry, I'm like wiping the tears. We just spoke about this. Didn't I say I wear my heart on my sleeve?
Yes.
Yes. So BAM Bouncers is my own personal business that I have put together. Now, when I talk about rebounding and our boots, and I get to show you them because I have them there beside me, those are not, that's not something I can take credit for, the rebound boots specifically, but BAM Bouncers as a business is 100% me. And I just want to say, if you don't know what BAM Bouncers stands for, the BAM stands for Badass Mother Bouncers. I don't know if people don't know that. So, yes, badass mother bouncers is what Bam Bouncers stands for.
I did not have a clue. Yet half your classes are filled with men.
Yeah. Well, we're getting there. It's about it's nice to see more men coming, which fills my heart because we are so women driven, it seems, in the rebounding community, but there's more and more men coming, and which is great.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So, okay, I want to know what Bam Bouncers offers, but first, what sets you apart? And I could hear from Jarrett what exactly that answer is. Do you know what that answer is?
I absolutely do. And I think that goes back to, again, what we were talking about. And one of my comments that, when I went to the gym, I was not made to feel welcome. I literally left the gym. I remember this like it was yesterday. I did my very first Zumba class and I was standing in the back of the room. Oh God, I should leave, right? And you have no idea what you're doing. I had never been. There's all these cliques of people that are all talking, and God forbid you stand in somebody's spot that you didn't know was their spot. And I remember leaving that class feeling so discouraged and unwelcomed that I cried. And that is exactly what we strive for to not happen at Bam Bouncers. Like Jarrett said, I make it a point to, when you walk in the doors, I'm going to say, hi, Jarrett. Hi, Emily. Hi, Stephanie. How are you today? I'm going to remember your name. And if I don't remember your name, I'm going to keep drilling myself until I do. And again, the number one rule we have at our studio is inclusivity to all. To have fun, my number one rule is to have fun. It doesn't matter if you don't know the moves. It doesn't matter if you can't get the choreography. All you're there to do is have fun and to get fit. So we really strive to make Bam Bouncers incredibly fun, which is super easy to do in rebounding boots, and incredibly welcoming. Always. So.
Amazing. So when you open the door to your business, we don't need to feel worried whatsoever. We're going to get a nice, passionate hello and a welcome. And that's huge in the gym community for sure, because that's what keeps most people away. It's one of the biggest reasons. So my answer to that, my own question to you though, was and you were kind of saying it in a roundabout way without, you were being humble, I guess, but it's you.
Well, what?
Clearly Jarrett loves you, and that's because you include him. He feels good when he's there, and he's getting fit and healthier at the same time. So,
you're right. It took me. It's with 3 years of operating, it's taken me a couple of years to admit and finally listen and have it sink in both, your head and your heart that, people have said to me before, I can go somewhere else. I could go onto YouTube and I could surely search rebounding and I can do it, but it's not you. There might be other, like, for example, I have a girl who travels to me 40 minutes away. She's in London, Ontario. So if you know the distance, it's quite far. And if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. I won't mention names, but she comes twice a week, every week without fail, every Monday, every Wednesday. And I said to her, you do know that there's another studio that's opening up closer to your home. And she says, and why are you telling me? And she said, I'm never going to go there. I come because it's you. I want to see you. We want you as our instructor. It's your passion. It's your energy. It's the way in which you teach, your teaching styles. All of that we want with you. So that has been really hard to accept. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, well, you need to come to some coaching sessions so we can allow you to receive that. So that's amazing. When you start something that you're so passionate about, and small business startup is really, really difficult. Entrepreneurship is 24/7, 365 days a year. It's commitment. It's sweat, blood, and tears. A lot of tears. I know that. So you're doing something right. You are, the twist of lime in the drink that just sets off the flavor. So congratulations on, being successful and starting that business, keeping it going during COVID. You had so many obstacles during that time, and you were able to keep it going, and now it's booming. It's a BAM Bouncers booming business, and we hope that more people will join your online options as well as in person. If they don't have to be in town, they can drive, as we know. So that's amazing. Now, real quick, we got about a minute before the next break. I want you to tell me about what you offer, and we can expand that after the break. But give us a big synopsis right here. What are you offering to your clients?
Quick snapshot. There is so much continuously happening and changing and growing to suit the needs of everyone at BAM Bouncers. So if rebounding isn't for you, which we offer 4 days a week, we also have boot camp circuit training, which is fantastic. It's actually done on your feet. We're not in boots. So there are some people who just prefer not to do rebounding, and they love our boot camp training stations that we run twice a week. We have Fit Kids programs, so we're now incorporating children coming out. Now we're not in rebound boots, but it is a great opportunity to get our kids moving. We know how stagnant they are on video games and really not getting outside. So giving them the love of fitness and what they can do is great. Online platform, 24/7, anywhere, anytime. You can access all of our pre-recorded content, not only rebounding, but also on foot as well. We have got a brand new class that we just started, Ultimate Combat. It is a combination of martial arts and kickboxing together, and that is in rebound boots.
Ooh,
what else? And also coming soon, I will be incorporating TRX. So if you know anything about the TRX workout, that will be offered at BAM Bouncers as well. Man, there's so much. I feel like I
Okay, hold that thought, because we haven't even talked about what rebounding is. And anybody who's not following your Facebook page, so go follow her BAM Bouncers Facebook and Instagram page, so you know what we're talking about. But rebounding, I learned a lot a long time ago, 20 years, no, longer than that, 30 years ago, about rebounding and how healthy it is for your cells and organs. So I want to focus on that, because you need to tell us what are you doing, because if they don't know what rebound boots are, rebounding is, we're talking, a different language for them. So we're going to have lots of time to talk about that when we come back from the break. And do you want to give Jarrett the gift pack, or are we looking for another caller?
It doesn't matter. I mean, Jarrett is a regular and he's on a monthly already. So
okay.
Maybe I'll gift him something inside the studio.
Okay, perfect. All right. So we're still looking for the second caller. It's sort of local to Woodstock, Ontario. So what is that package, Alicia? Real quick.
That is going to be a 10-class pass with boot rental is included in that. You can use it for any classes. It doesn't necessarily have to be rebounding. It can be our boot camp. It could be anything. Which I also forgot to say, we do run club on Sundays as well. So walk, run club. So we're actually outside in the boots. So that is going to be $135 value. There is a 3-month expiry date on them. So you can use those 10 classes at any time in 3 months.
Perfect. Okay. That is so generous. Thank you for offering that amazing gift. So callers, call in now, because the show is half over. You got to call in next. And let's take a short break. We're back on the Show with Tanya Butson, and we have been speaking with Alicia Egan from BAM Bouncers and learning about her business. Now, Alicia, I want to dive deeper into why rebounding is so important, what it is, because the viewers may not have a clue what we're talking about. So we can't assume anything, and why it's so important to our health and well-being. And callers, don't be shy. We are waiting for a caller. to win this amazing prize pack that she has generously offered. Plus, if you have any questions about what we're about to talk about now, because Charlene from Canada, she doesn't know anything about rebounding either. So don't be afraid to call in. We've got, 20 more minutes. So let's go. Okay. What is rebounding? What is rebounding?
Girl, I got a surprise for you. A part of me wants to put them on and jam out to some music right now, but rebounding. These are my, give a girl the right pair of boots and she will conquer the world.
I love it. These
If
boots
you've not heard,
are talking.
right? It's funny because so many people, I can say to them, just like you just said, they're like, I'm a rebound instructor. You're what? Like they have no idea. So I highly, highly encourage you to go to my page on social media and watch a quick video. And once you see it for your own eyes is when you're going, whoa, how do I do that? So this is rebounding. What are the benefits? I'll go over the boot with you in a second, but just quickly, there are so many benefits. I'm sure going to miss a few, but the number one, impact. If you are someone who struggles with, knee issues, back issues, any joints, ankles, I mean, you name it, just the impact of us running, jumping, doing anything really does suffer on our joints, especially as we get older. With the rebounding system, this is designed to take up to 80% of impact off of our joints. So there's no pain associated. People who, you can actually go, I've got over 50 reviews on my pages, people specifically with massive knee issues and can barely walk, let alone can do an entire hour of class in these. So impact is great. 20 to 25% more calories you're burning. It's an incredible lymphatic flush. So if you know anything about the lymphatic system and obviously aiding in weight loss and fat loss, this is it. You are going to increase your aerobic ability, your CO2 max. It's great for core and stability. So if you're one that kind of suffers with balance, this is going to help dramatically with that as well. The biggest thing and why people keep coming back for more is because, yes, it is highly aerobic, but it is highly, highly fun. And the time just flies. Like you think an hour on these things, how am I going to get through? But the music, the energy, the people, and me as your instructor, time really does fly. So biggest misconception about rebounding is they look at them and they're like, oh gosh, I'm going to fall flat on my face. Wrong. No, you're not, I promise. So as you can see, the base of the boot is very thick. There is a great tread that's attached to them. So there is, you have traction. And unlike an ice skate or a roller blade, you really have just, a singular line that your ankle tends to flip. That doesn't happen with the rebounding. So as you can see, as it'll sit here, I mean, the worst that it's going to do is rock back and forth. And that's where, again, your core and stability comes into play. So that's the rebound boot. They are designed, again, mostly for impact. They've been around for over 30 years, as you already mentioned. But again, they're so versatile. You can walk, you can run, you can do aerobic dance classes like we do. You can do power sessions. I mean, they're just so versatile. And I think that's why people love it the most. And again, they don't hurt. So that's rebounding.
Somewhere kicking around here, I have this old book from the 70s about rebounding, and they're talking about like the little mini trampolines, or if you have access to a big one or whatever, in that sense of rebounding. And this is way more versatile than having either one of those. But this book, the one takeaway I had was how it exercises your organs and your cells, and we replace our cells daily. I don't remember the science behind it, but that stands out because I was like, oh, our organs need to be exercised. Like it was kind of like this, right? And that stands out, and it makes so much sense, especially like we know that about conditioning the heart and how important it is to keep the heart conditioned. So that's aerobic, right? So that is exactly what they're talking about in that book. So there's so many benefits to it. And you get to do that every day. So how lucky are you and how healthy are you? Now, when they go to your class though, what's required? Like what do people show up in like how do they dress? Do they need the boots? Like tell me more. Like if I was just to show up at your door and walk in, what am I supposed to bring?
That's a great question. So first and foremost, the number one thing people need to understand is, unfortunately, as many gyms are walk-in, Band Bouncers is not. So you get to immediately connect with me no matter where you are. When people are coming to register for a class, they register directly through me. I am, again, the end all be all, behind the scenes. I do all of it. And you would register. Now they are registered to you based on your shoe size and your body weight. So they do go from, an adult size small starts at about 5.5, 6 shoe size, all the way up to size 13. And they can go all the way up to 350 pounds. So you would contact me, you would advise that information. I would register you a pair. So no, the answer to your question is you do not have to have boots. I have them for you. So it's like if you were to go bowling, you're going to rent a pair of bowling shoes. It's very similar here at Band Bouncers. You need a pair of rebound boots to do a rebound class. So you would rent them from us, which again would be registered to you directly. The only thing I tell people to do.
I didn't know that. That's why I've never been to a class. I thought I had to invest in a pair. And obviously if I'm trying it out, I wasn't prepared to do that. So there you go. If you don't ask the question, you don't get the answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, as long as you're local to us, you can always try the class. I have people who've been coming to me for over 2 years who've never purchased their own. They continuously rent for me. And then I have a very lengthy list of people who have gone ahead and purchased their own through me as well. And they just can utilize their boots, obviously, anytime, anywhere. So the only thing you need to bring with you is water and some great workout clothes. That's about it. I get ready to have fun.
Okay, so there's no name brand gear that you got to wear to look good at the gym. And
well, if you want to wear Band Bouncers gear, that would be prime.
I was being a little facetious about going to some of the other gyms, as a woman feeling a little insecure to walk into those and, know what you're up for. But yes, the Band Bouncers gear would definitely help advertise for you too.
I will say one thing I just wanted to point out, I get lots of questions where people usually are like, well, what do you, like I went on Amazon and I wanted to buy a pair. Like many things, you pay for what you get, and there are certain brands that we stand behind. Now, we're certainly, again, unity across the board. There are many different name brands of rebound boots out there. The two that I would stick behind is Kangoo Jumps, which is what we originally started with. And 2, we are now, the pink ones I just showed you, we have transitioned and rebranding into Fit Boots is what they're called. So again, they can be purchased through me. Again, I actually back them up because we use them all the time. That's just an example of the other brand that we were using. This is actually a child's boot. This is my daughter's. So yes, children can rebound as well. And they start as little as size 1 to 3 as these ones. So, but it doesn't matter what name brand you use. But of course, again, you're going to talk to a professional who will understand, what's good out there for you.
Okay, perfect. So, they can come try it out, rent a pair from you, and then when you start loving it, you might want to start thinking about investing in a pair of your own, and then they would do that through you. So it sounds pretty simple. Basically, they reach out to you on Facebook,
or Instagram.
Or Instagram. So DM her, and she asks your questions and she will set you up for a class or online classes and get you gear if you end up deciding that's what you want to do. So tell us again, tell us all the ways that they can reach you, because we have a huge American audience. We also have Australia. We have a couple of other regulars from other countries, and Canada is growing and getting bigger as well. So make sure everybody knows how to reach you. So what are the ways?
Absolutely. So always on Facebook. I am the only Band Bouncers that's out there. So you will definitely find us there. You will find us on Instagram. Same thing. Only Band Bouncers that's on Instagram. Email is bandbouncers@gmail.com. It's pretty simple. And of course, you can always message. When you do message those platforms, it comes directly through me. So I am the one who you would be speaking to. I don't have a, somebody else is going to be speaking to you. It's always going to be me directly. So please feel free if you got questions, comments, concerns. And even if you are far, I just want to point out, even if you are far and you don't own your own pair of boots and you don't want to make the investment in purchasing them because they are an investment. I have many individuals who are on my online platform that do it on foot. So although you're watching some or most of our pre-recorded content, people love the dance component and they love the music. So I'm big into 80s and 90s. So lots of 90s dance. Yes, like all of that jam out. We just love it. So I do have many people who they want to maybe start somewhere and they just want to get the moves down on foot first before they go ahead, and you can do that too.
That sounds awesome. Now, can the Americans reach out to you to purchase the boots through your Canadian network? Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay.
So Fit Boots actually will deliver worldwide.
Perfect.
Yes. So with using my affiliate link directly, they will actually get a discount kickback. I think it's 10 or 15% that you're going to get off of your total overall price. And of course, always, people go onto the websites and they what do I do? What do I buy? How does this work? This is where I come in. This is where you're going to say, these are the boots that are going to work for you and your shoe size. This is how they operate. If you need to, maintain them, which there is minor maintenance on them, that's where I come in as your professional to help you through that.
And of course, any problems, you back it all up.
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. We have to break again. This is going by so fast. Okay, audience watchers out there, feel free to send me an email as well, organicallymeta@outlook.com, if you have any questions about my services and Alicia's. You can DM me on Facebook and Instagram as well. I also love connecting with people from all over the world, just to chat and get to know people. We're going to go on a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into her classes and find out more online too, how everybody can access this amazing, wonderful business called Band Bouncers. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Show with Tanya Butson. I've been discussing the amazing exercise called rebounding, which is really a fancy name for jumping, with Alicia Egan of Band Bouncers in Woodstock, Ontario, Canada. She does have an online platform. There is such a huge component to what you do, and you're going to have to sum it up really quick because we chatted up this show real easy and real fast. So the one thing though that I'm really curious about, Alicia, and you can tie this into everything that you have to offer, but how are you going to keep your clientele motivated during these hot, wonderful summer days and keep them coming back to you so that they stay on track with their well-being and health goals? What is your tip, trick? How are you going to do it?
Honestly, girl, consistency is key. I don't know how many times I've said that. We all know what it's like to feel our best no matter what you're doing. You're drinking water, you're walking, you're exercising, whatever it is you're doing. My philosophy on fitness is all about how you are feeling. It's not about a number on a scale. It's not about any of that. But how are you feeling? Do you wake up refreshed? Are you happy? Are you motivated? Do you feel light? Is your mental health up here? Because that's where it should be. And we all know that when we just stop doing those things, we just feel like junk. And do you really want to go through the entire summer months? I mean, you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say I don't love sitting in the sun and indulging in a couple of beverages and barbecues, but we need to keep your health up first. So there's lots of things. We're always running our classes at the studio. We're going to have some July and August promotions coming out. So hint, hint, you might want to watch that. And yeah, just stay moving. Find something that you love.
And can they take their iPad outside onto their patio and use those boots outside?
Oh gosh, yeah, we can use our rebound boots absolutely anywhere. The only spot that I would say is difficult to rebound in is like a very plush grass, because you don't get that rebound effect. But absolutely anywhere. We walk in them, run in them, exercise in them. I mean, you want to take them outside, go for it. They're gonna, you know, you'll love them. So
Okay, that'll catch some attention for sure. Okay, so we are nearing the end of this show. So I want you to recap. What does Bam Bouncers offer everybody local to you as well as abroad?
Okay, so first I'm going to say in a quick pitch, you've got to find something you love and something that's fun. I have so many people come to me and say, Alicia, I hate cardio. I can't do cardio. I dread it. But then they come to Bam Bouncers or they do the hour of classes and they're like, this is the best hour ever, right? It's the energy, it's the moves. It's picture being a 5-year-old child who bounces on a trampoline for hours at a time. That's essentially what we're doing, just in a pair of boots, right? So, and if rebounding isn't your thing, again, we do have on-foot classes. Boot camp circuit sounds a lot crazier than it is. We're not a sergeant drill, I promise you, okay? You're gonna find strength, core, stability. You're going to find again that beautiful community where we're all together and in on the same things. You're going to find a walk club, a run club. You're going to find private events. If you're one of those people who would love to gather a few of your people, but you don't want to come to class right away, you want to do a private event, we do those too. I travel. People come to me, I go to them. There's just so much. So I really do encourage you to come out. And if it's not for a class, I'm very big into working with small local businesses. So we do private events at the studio. We have Goat Yoga, another small business, Little Hobby Hill Farms. I'm calling you out. So if you haven't checked them out, you know, we do a lot of collaborations with people. So rentals, I mean, there's just so much that we do. I just don't think that people are aware. And so this is a great platform, again, to get that out. People don't know what they don't know, right?
Exactly.
So, and of course, again, online. If you are like one of those people who are like, nope, I'm not going to a class. Nope, I'm not working out in front of people, or you're not local to me, that's okay. I promise you, you'll still fall in love with the energy right through your screen at home.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm so excited for the audience because I just learned so much about you as well. I'd love to have you back to tell me more about your story, because I think, like, obviously Charlene and Jarrett both mentioned that, and so that's a big thing to help people, guide them into healing and creating the life that they want. And yeah, so you think about that. But in the meantime, check out Bam Bouncers on Facebook, Bam Bouncers on Instagram. You can email aliciabambouncers@gmail.com.
Correct.
And you know what? She is going to answer any question you have so that you feel comfortable. So we're at the end of the show. I've got to close this out. So one last, tidbit that you can offer everybody.
I just want to say, find what you love and stick with it, because I can promise you that, again, when you find what you love, when you find your jam, you find your people, you'll just keep going, and that consistency will be very easy for you. So I hope that one day you find that in us.
Yeah, awesome. So that's so great. If you want to take the leap of faith and change your life 360, contact Alicia or Tanya. And Tanya is finding real people with authentic solutions to your life's problems that help you to heal your life and move into being all that you are. To be inspired and learn more about Tanya, follow Organically Meta on Facebook and Instagram. You can also reach Tanya directly at organicallymeta.ca, again, or organicallymeta.ca. And follow my guest, Alicia Egan of Bam Bouncers on Facebook and Instagram as well. And to start the journey of remembering who you are and creating the best life, I leave you with 3 words every week. I love myself. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the Show. I had a great time. I also want to extend my deep gratitude to Alicia for being brave and hopping on as the first guest and spending the last hour with us. You have enlightened so many people today with this important information that so many people don't know about, and told us about your business, which sounds amazing. Bam Bouncers, check it out. Thank you so much for joining us. Please join me every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern. Next week on the Show, we will be learning the basics of the law of attraction and how to start believing you can manifest the life of your dreams. Be sure to tune in. And in the meantime, make it a great week, and I'll see you back here next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya, for having me.
Thank you.
You have been listening to The Show with Tanya Butson on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, where Tanya encourages you to experience yourself through love. This new energy allows you to become brave, to take the first step towards healing and thriving. Shift from longing to creating, to discover that there is something better. You will never ever have to settle for being in a state of perpetual darkness again. For more information, visit organicallymeta.ca. Again, organicallymeta.ca.